Podcaster and YouTube sensation Jaackmaate is taking his hit Happy Hour podcast on the road across the UK for the Round Sheep Tour, joined by regular co-presenters Stevie White and Robbie Knox. Podcaster and YouTube sensation Jack Dean, also known as Jaackmaate, is coming to Glasgow for the second leg of his hit podcast tour Jaackmaate's Happy Hour. Joined by regular co-presenters Stevie White and Robbie Knox, the star, who boasts 1.4 million YouTube subscribers, has praised the success of his podcast for getting him away from his mundane, bleak existence. Jack started Happy Hour when he became bored with producing his hit YouTube videos. Now streaming twice a week, it's one of Spotify's most popular British comedy podcasts. Now he has revealed to the Daily Record the reason he started the chart-topping pod. "I think my YouTube channel was on the way out at that point. I'd spent about 10 years basically moaning about other YouTubers and that got quite stale, so I think my audience was kind of waiting for me to do something a bit different as well. I'm basically a huge Ricky Gervais fan and I grew up listening to his XFM show with Carl Pilkington and Steve, so I wanted to do something similar to that. I called my mate up who worked in Boots as an optician and he happened to have Thursdays free, so we'd meet up every Thursday and talk rubbish really. I know it sounds like a cliché, but I genuinely never expected to get as big as it is. I thought it'd be another of my part-time projects. But turns out it's doing alright." On their upcoming tour, which is coming to the King's Theatre on Sunday, April 16, the trio joked that it's mainly all audience participation, so they're off the hook if the show goes south. Host Jack explains, "On tour, we encourage fans to put their deepest, darkest sins into a box and then we pick them out at random, and with the help of the lovely audience we decide whether or not we will forgive them for their sins. Spoiler alert, they're often not. Turns out people have done some mental stuff." Stevie White, co-host, added, "It was nice to get instant feedback cause we don't get that when we do the podcast. We record and upload about a week later and then we might see people commenting on Twitter or Reddit saying that was a good episode, but on stage, you say something you think is funny but turns out it can be." And whilst guests on their show included a man wrongly convicted of murder and one of the UK's leading male porn performers and some famous faces including Ricky Gervais and Rob Beckett, the three revealed their favourite guest they've had on. "Deborah Meaden of Dragon's Den is up there for us, just because our preconception of her was quite a cold, ruthless businesswoman, and I'm sure she still is in that field. But when she was on our show she just completely go the humor. You wouldn't think a lady of her age would be able to sit down with guys of our age and actually be able to bounce off us, and she was funnier and wittier than us, just so charming." The Round Sheep Tour is at the King's Theatre on Sunday, April 16 and touring until April 27. Get your tickets at happyhourlive.co.uk.
To